How's the head, Fred?
No, it's all right. A few stitches and sick of talking about it, to be honest. But
really?
no, I'm feeling all right now, so just get on with it.
Very good. That was just before we get serious. That was a bit of a bizarre session with all the cops and the bloke yelling out at you to tell him to get off the land and stuff like that.
Yeah, a bit of fun. Lucky Archie wasn't here. Probably giving him a bit back, but. No, I think the cops are doing something else, so it's not all about us.
Right. Other than that, though, it looked like a pretty willing session. I know Tuesdays often are, but is that sort of a little bit of Andrew's way of saying you might have won 2 games in a row, but you're not all that yet?
Oh, look, we know where we're at, and we'll be doing that all year, no matter what happens. We're trying to get our fitness levels up. We're aspiring to be a lot better than what we are. So we're working hard, and I think it's starting to show in our football, and it will continue to show.
I know you guys aren't ones to rest on your laurels, but is it amazing just sort of the turnaround? I mean, I suppose all the talk after that 5-0 loss to Brisbane, obviously, and then not so much even just the results, but just the way you guys have been playing. It's just markedly different a month later.
Yeah, well, I think we had a good pre-season, and going into the round 1, I suppose the first 2 rounds didn't indicate where we were at, I don't think. A lot of people started questioning where we were at and if we were going to be contenders this year, but we always had a belief, and that those 2 results, they affected us pretty hard. And I think the best thing for us is the way we've bounced back, and we've come back 2 games, been behind in 2 games and come back to win. So, we've proven the character's there, and we've proven that the hard work we've been doing is starting to pay off.
Was it just more a thing that you needed a couple of sort of real games, competitive games, to sort of iron out a few kinks and all that sort of stuff?
Yeah, maybe. I think we spent 4 months under Ange, but didn't have any real competitive games. And I suppose until you do get that, you get a real indication of where you're at and where you need to get to. And maybe it took those 2 games for us to realise that we need to be better. And I think the last month in particular, we've won 3 out of 4. Against Newcastle, I thought we were the better side, and so it could be 4 from 4. But it gives us confidence knowing that we can come from behind, and also that the football we're playing, we can really go out there and get at teams and dominate games.
You pretty much, every game's tough, I suppose, but you pretty much know that every year you're going to get from Central Coast. So that's probably it's almost a real measuring stick at the moment with the way that just their consistency of effort. Yeah,
well, you look back and they're probably the most stable team. They haven't had many changes. Graham Arnold's been there for a while now, and he's got them set up the way they play, and they'll stick to that. And we know what we're going to get. We know it's going to be a tough game. They're a battle-hardened side. They're always going to be around the top somewhere, and we need to make sure we're at it Saturday night. Do the things that we're good at, but also be prepared to battle as well.
And not a hell of a lot need to look all the way back, but I suppose just someone like Andrew Leijer coming along and doing so well, is it sort of just reflective of the club developing away? And I suppose maybe a slight in the past has been that the youngsters haven't really been coming up, but to know that you got blokes like that knocking on the door for senior positions and doing well is probably really encouraging.
Yeah, it's been good. I mean, he's sort of come from nowhere in the last few months, and I said to him yesterday, just enjoy it, because you've worked hard and you've had to work hard to get to where you got to. And he's a very good kid, and he trains hard, and he comes in, just does his work and gets on with it. And he said to me yesterday that he's over it already and then wants to focus on Saturday. So that's a sign of the kid, and it's fantastic for him. It's a great occasion. It's his 3rd game, and he's already I suppose a cult hero at the club, and hopefully he can go on with it.
After a win like that, what's the confidence like amongst the boys? You must be on cloud 9, I guess.
Yeah, I think it was a great win, and we can't take anything away from that. But we know it's we're 6 games in, and there's a long way to go. So we take confidence out of it, but we keep building. We keep trying to get better, and like you saw today, we're pushing each other hard, and that's what it's about. And hopefully we can continue to build in the right way.
Is there any particular players from the Mariners that you're wary of?
Look, we haven't really spoken about it yet. Obviously they're always dangerous, but our main focus will be on ourselves and what we're doing and the football we want to play. Obviously we'll be wary of their players, but most of it will just be about us.
Obviously a good win on the weekend, but the fact you copped 2 goals, is that something that's in the back of your mind, like something you all want to improve on collectively, especially in defence?
Yeah, definitely. We weren't happy to go behind, and we have conceded quite a few goals so far, so it's something we do need to tighten up. the way we play, I suppose we're a very attacking side, so maybe we'll cop a few goals, but it's, as a defender, you're never happy when you're conceding goals, and we'll look at it, we'll look at the tape and see what we need to do better to make sure we rectify that.
And with Archie and Marcos Rojas on international duty, you confident they can come back? I mean, they're used to it by now, but come back and perform on Saturday like they have been the last couple of weeks?
Yeah, they'll come back, no worries. I think it was a Wellington game they played. Was it the Wellington game? Away? Yeah, Archie and Marco were away the Wellington game and came back and had Eddie on fire. So if they can come back and do something like that, I suppose getting away for international gives you a bit of confidence and you get away a different environment and you come back sort of buzzing and hopefully they can come back against the Mariners and put on a show similar to what they did against Wellington.